This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Let's go!
Third and 2. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught at the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Zebra.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
Tempo.
On first down, Wilson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Blue 30. 50. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? Kings.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And that one results in 35 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, If there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded at the 2. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Run left, run left.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's complete to John Ross. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. He has enough for the 1st down on the keeper, a gain of 6. 2 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Come on. 19. 14, got it.
On first down, Wilson. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Josh Malone. And it's second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 14,
got it.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. T.J. Watt in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson brought in here by Tyler Eifert. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. And now out come the Steelers. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good hit.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up first and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
On third down, Wilson. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you're all looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
44. Snickers, got spin.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Focus. Set. Blue 30. Heat these two. 4 down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A very solid gain of 27. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Take both of them.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Carl Lawson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
White 80. AV. 22, 44. 44.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Big jumbo! Big jumbo! Big jumbo! 14. Well.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw again. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Third and long, it's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Glasgow breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. A bullet throw, but incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off right around the 43. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
14.
Wilson. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. When you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. A toss from him left. That's counter. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high-percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson throwing on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now whistles and a flag. And I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Throwing again here. Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. That one good for 12 yards. And it'll be 4th down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And that is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
These two.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 53 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Ben to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? Because it felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not got too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
14,
Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep over the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
19.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now, Bengals on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 17. Now Wilson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And no, it's incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now, look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down, And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Ready? Black 20.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
So statistically, both of these offenses have a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfired.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been a man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Ready for one word.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game.
Let's go now.